So I have some exciting news for you today. Since yesterday, I've started attending online the Angouleme International Rights Festival, and let me see, Angouleme Rights Market Conference. So what is the Angouleme Festival? The Angouleme Festival is located in France, in the northwest side of France, very close to Cognac, where they produce Cognac, Courvoisier, etc. And every year at the beginning of the year, in January, there is a festival, an international festival of comic books. It really is the Comic-Con of France and Europe, and a lot of players from all over the world, Asia, the Americas, and the rest of Europe come to the Angouleme Festival. It's extremely highly regarded in the comics, in the comic books industry. And as a fan of comic books, which is what I am, you can go there and buy some hard copies of your favorite strips, and then because some of the offers are here, you can have some dédicaces, so basically a little, you know, signature, as well as a little doodle made by the offer on site at the conference after you've been queuing for like 30 minutes to an hour. So I've attended as a comic books fan the Angouleme Festival like 3 or 4 times when I was a teenager and a young adult. And it's very cold. It's very cold at that time of the year. It's part of France, but it really is exciting. So what's happening in the market, in the publishing world, is that now these festivals, these markets as well, trade markets, are going online. And because the physical edition of 2021 of the Angouleme Festival cannot happen at the moment because of the various COVID-19 restrictions, they plan to have a physical session during the 3rd week of June 2021. But what they are doing now at the normal time of the Angouleme Festival is that they're having this conference about publishing rights, and it's fascinating. So some of the takeouts from these conferences, there's still another one tomorrow, but nonetheless, I can let you know some of the things I've learned during these various conferences, is that around the globe, sales of comic books have actually gone up from 2019 to 2020. During the first lockdown, which in most European countries happened during March to April 2020, everything was closed down. So it was more difficult for fans and consumers to actually buy their usual comic books, because all the bookstores were closed, and the only places where they could buy some of the comic books were in supermarkets. Why? Because in most French supermarkets, like really large supermarkets, there's usually a section which is dedicated to press, to books, and there's a section especially for kids which is for comic books. So but usually it's like the middle of the road kind of comic books. If they're not going to do some cutting edge kind of comic books for, you know, like adult comic books, etc., it's going to be all the Tintin and Asterix, etc. So anyway, during the first lockdown, this is where consumers, in particular in France, were able to actually, you know, stock up in comic books. But then during the second lockdown, and also when bookshops reopened, then they were able to also find some new novelties, some new titles which had been added to the catalogue, and to that way, as well as, of course, the usual suspects like Amazon, etc., and Fnac.com, Fnac.com for France, etc. And so the sales of comic books went seriously up from 2019 to 2020, probably due to the fact that other cultural activities, such as going to the theatre, the cinemas, going to museums, you know, playing sports together as a team, like football, etc., were prohibited. It was not possible to do these activities. So in addition to streaming, because I think a lot of people also bought streaming memberships to watch videos and films online on their platform, on their TV sets as well as devices. The sale of books, and in particular comic books, went massively up, which is a good thing. I think it's a good a good activity to have during a lockdown to read, be it normal books or comic books. And the sale of mangas as well went up a lot. So I understand that mangas are usually read by the age group between 12 years old to like young adults, 18, 20 years old. And but otherwise the sale of comic books went up for all age spans, from like the kids to up to comic books for adults. And I think this is really a great data to have. And I'm actually in the process of writing an article about monetizing your copyright in the publishing industry for authors. So that's going to be interesting data to use while I write this article and research for this piece. And so the future is bright. And as a creator, a content creator, bear in mind that comic books are doing extremely well. Bye for now.